Yo, what is going on, guys? Keatinho here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a Thorpe Park Frightnight review. I went there at the weekend on the opening day of Frightnight with my family and a friend, and yeah, we're going to be going through what happened, what I enjoyed, what I didn't like, and then you guys can decide whether you want to go or not. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is Blair Witch Maze. We're going to be going through the mazes first, just so you guys get an understanding of what ones are great, what ones aren't so great. In my opinion, obviously everything's in my opinion. You guys might like some, might not like the ones that I liked. But Blair Witch, if you're new to Fright Night, Blair Witch is amazing. I would strongly recommend it. It's sort of like just through the woods. It's not scary. I didn't really find them, like, any of the mazes scary, if I'm being honest. But it's definitely one to warm up, get your adrenaline going. You're going through the woods, people were sort of jumping out on you. Yeah, it's got a really nice theme, really nice setting. Obviously going through these woods at night, it's very dark, your mind plays tricks on you, and it's very, very, got a creepy feel to it, very eerie. Yeah, Blair Witch was, I'd probably, if we're rating them out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6, because it's not scary, it doesn't have the scary side of it, but it's a fun, enjoyable maze. Next we'll talk about the Walking Deads. So there is 2 Walking Dead mazes. There is Do or Die and The Living Nightmare. The Living Nightmare was over way too quickly. This is based in an inside maze. It's all about a zombie apocalypse pretty much, so the zombies have taken over the world. Obviously it's The Walking Dead, that's more or less what every Walking Dead what both the Walking Dead mazes are about, is these people that have taken over. So The Walking Dead Living Nightmare is about these zombie apocalypse. You go into a room, there's this guy who introduces you like to what's happened pretty much, says that he'll look after you, blah 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 blah. Anyway, it's over so quickly, so pretty much before it's began, the maze is over, so there's no real suspense, no real build up, and it's like once it's getting good, once you're getting into it, it's over and you're out of the maze. So I thought that was a bit of a disappointment, considering the theming and the setting for this maze was ridiculous. It had really, really nice props in there, and it was a really, really enjoyable build up. Just nothing happened after, it was over too quickly, and that was all that happened in the maze, to be honest. Probably give it a 5, yeah. And then there is the Walking Dead Do or Die, which, to be honest, didn't feel like a maze at all. It felt almost like a show. You're on the bus, a woman comes on, she starts attacking the woman that's supposedly helping you, and that's pretty much all that happens. You walk through the rest of it and nobody really jumps out on you. They sort of like just walk a bit funnily towards you, but they don't jump out at you at all. And I didn't really think much of this maze, to be honest. I didn't find it scary. I didn't find any of them scary, but this one I thought a kid wouldn't find scary. Nothing about it was really, well, that was alright. Like, it was just really quite disappointing, so I'd probably give it a 3. Platform 15. This was 110% the best maze at Thorpe Park. This was perfect. It had the mix of everything. The settings, like the scenery there, the props, amazing. Like, you could not fault them. The train is so well built. The woods that you walk through, amazing. The Peaky Blinders type people that are dressed up, it's perfect. This maze is 110% the best maze here. We done it sort of midday, which didn't make it scary. However, I will 110% say if I went there at night and went through that maze, it would have made us jump 110%. And I strongly, strongly recommend doing this. I'd say go at night if you want the adrenaline, you want the thrill, you want to be scared. Do it at night when it's a bit darker. But I would definitely give this a 9 out of 10. This was flawless. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. This Platform 15 was so good. Such an enjoyable maze, and I can't say much more other than you definitely need to go onto it. Everything about it was good. There was great actors. The area, because you're on the backside of the park, it doesn't really feel like you're in a theme park anymore, and like that sort of takes you into your own zone, so it feels more like a horror and a bit more scary. So yeah, platform 15, perfect maze, definitely would recommend. Creek Freak Massacre, probably the one that all of you are here to see about. It's the brand new maze that has come to Thorpe Park, the most intense maze yet, supposedly. And I have to tell you, it was a big disappointment, and this is coming from my honest perspective. I was taken down the supposedly bad route, so I don't know too much about the good route. However, I can tell you, I did not find it scary at all. It's very strobe lighting-y, sort of like the ending of Blair Witch Project. It's just in your face, there's a lot of loud noises, so I guess they're correct in saying it was very intense, because it was very intense, just for the wrong reasons in a way. It wasn't scary, it was more just like, whoa, this is a bit loud, like, didn't really know what was going on, and I didn't think it was scary, to be honest, at all. The actors in there were quite, like, not weak as such, but they didn't build it up much, and again, all of the hype built up for it was quite a bit of a letdown, to be honest. It's just people wandering around with chainsaws that don't have a chain on, obviously, and then people with axes and sledgehammers, and it's just very anticlimactic for the people that were building hype for this. I didn't think it was scary at all. However, I would agree that it was very intense, and I would say try it. I'd probably say 5 because it was fun. It just wasn't scary at all, and it was very anticlimactic, which made it a big disappointment in my eyes. Now let's talk about Thorpe Park as a whole on Frightnight. See, I found the stealth was amazing. They had the Amity High setting out front of it, so there was the vampires dressed up as like prom characters type thing, and that was really, really good. Added a whole new layer to it. In fact, they do a show every like 20 minutes, it says there, but they actually start at 7 and do it like every 2 hours or something. Anyway, they do a show there. I'll insert the clip now. But that was really, really good. So you would have just seen a short clip of the sort of dance routine they do, and that was quite good. Sort of like it adds something new to it. And then their theming was really good. They creep up on you. It wasn't so much scary, but it was really quite enjoyable, and I liked being around that area. However, I don't understand why they didn't put that on for the other areas of the park, because you can have at Swarm, you can have the zombies. Obviously, Swarm is a roller coaster completely based off a zombie apocalypse. So why was there no zombies there? That doesn't make sense to me. In terms of, they could have exploited that so well, sold zombie merchandise in the shops or something like that. That could have added a whole new level to it. You could have the people with the Saw masks on around Saw, actors being dragged into rooms and stuff, or along them lines. You could have people in Colossus. Just the theming of the roller coasters, fit that into a Fright Night theme like they did with Stealth, and it would take Fright Night from a 5 out of 10 to an 8, 9 out of 10. Just having the areas like they built up with Stealth in a different feared 5 roller coasters would have took this to a whole new level, and I would have strongly recommended Fright Night, and I would go back every year. However, for me, it just felt like a normal day in the park for the majority of the time, unless you go to the Stealth areas or the mazes, because there wasn't so much people wandering around as there was in previous years. There wasn't people getting dragged off into cars, there wasn't people getting dragged off into different rooms, and there was nobody wandering the park, as like I said a minute ago. Like, once you're in the main area by Tidal Wave, sort of like anywhere away from Stealth, so around Tidal Wave, around Detonator, Colossus, Saw, anywhere that side of the park, nobody's wandering around the park, we found anyway. So you're just like not even on alert for anything because nobody's there. You're not in suspense, you're not going to get jump scared because nobody's wandering the park to jump scare you, and that was a big disappointment. However, we are going to give a massive thumbs up to Containment. Containment was a very enjoyable experience. For those of you that don't know what Containment is, it is basically an escape room based off like a horror type thing. So it's similar to a Saw, I guess, type idea. And yeah, I found that really, really enjoyable. That was a lot of fun to partake in, and I would definitely recommend booking it. It's over very, very quickly, but it's all done in 20 minutes, and that's 4 rooms. However, you can't grumble, they have to fit a lot of people in, and it is a very, very fun experience. I definitely recommend experiencing Containment. That was one of my highlights of the weekend. I would also say that the roller coasters in the night is great. So if you want to experience something like that, like Stealth is really fun to go on when it's pitch black. You get a great view of like the lights and stuff like that. It's really nice. So I would go just for that. And I did enjoy it as a whole. However, I just didn't get the scare factor out of Frightnight, which is what you're supposed to get. So I was a bit let down on that front. However, I did enjoy my weekend, so you can't really grumble overall. But that has been all for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Obviously, this was just a bit of a weird video, a bit of a review. Maybe you guys have decided to go now, maybe you guys haven't. I would say make up your own mind, watch other reviews. This is one honest opinion. I'm not biased in any way. Like, this is just my opinion for it. People have different opinions. It's all down to what you're into. So watch other videos, see if you think you're going to enjoy it, watch the maze trailers, and then make your decision. Don't base it off this video. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, click subscribe, turn on my notifications for my yearly uploads, and peace.